You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Hey, we're live! Hello, friends! For a new episode of Forbidden, we've got all kinds of magic and mayhem in store for you tonight. I can't wait. They don't know what's gonna happen, but I have a rough idea, and it's gonna be a night.
I don't like it when you say it like that.
Nice.
Oh my God.
I enjoy freaking out my friends. Anyway, we are short our wonderful friend Lexi tonight. We love you and we miss you, Lexi. Please send her all the best, and she will be back soon. But first, we got to get to some business stuff before we can get this ball rolling. Ronald, jump on it, would you?
Oh, Will. We're sponsored by Die Hard Dice, the place to go for gorgeous dice and accessories. They also pride themselves on amazing customer service. Any dice you need, any dice questions you have, they're there to help. Unless it's, what's a 1d4? No, you have to roll that yourself.
Oh, right.
Also, their spring cleaning super sale is still going on right now with discounts up to 50% off on so many varieties of dice. Resin dice, metal dice, glow-in-the-dark dice. You gotta check it out. There's so many dices. Check out all the amazing dice and accessories they have in store at dieharddice.com. And don't forget to use our coupon code DungeonRun, capital D, capital R, all one word, at checkout for a discount on us.
I enjoy the way Ron says accessories.
Accessories?
I've meant to say it every week, and I'm just sort of like, Ron just makes that sound good. It's that accessories.
Am I saying it wrong?
No.
I guess
I don't know.
accessories.
You just say it really well.
You just say it well. I mean, there's.
Don't overthink it.
Some people. No, I don't want you to get in your head about it.
Already.
No, you have
too
to
late.
use.
I am not trying to derail this train. I promise.
We are also sponsored by Eldritch Foundry. Beautiful detailed minis. Now available pre-painted, and you can pose those minis in almost any way you can think of with their amazing creation engine. So many options and designs available, and be sure to use our discount code TheDungeonRun, all one word, capital TDR, at checkout. I was just using it literally like 2 minutes before we logged on. I was just I was just checking it out.
What were you making?
I cannot tell you. Cannot tell you. Our show is made possible by Patreon. Go to patreon.com/thedungeonrun for all the incredible bonus content. For just $5 a month, you get access to cool behind the scenes content and our after show short rest, exclusive only to you patrons. Exclusive VODs of our recent dungeon cooldowns, free interactivity and a spot in our exclusive D&D campaign run by Morgan Peter Brown. There's so many rewards at all of the different levels. Check it out.
This last
Morgan,
Sunday,
what happened in this last Sunday?
My God, it was a beautiful game featuring Angel Devilson, I Think I'm Nuts, City Racing Girl. Who else was there? City Racing Girl. Oh gosh, I'm blanking now. Unbearably Loquacious. And there were 5. Yes, there were 5.
Then there were 5.
Now I'm gonna blank. No, so anyway, but our amazing. I think I'm forgetting somebody. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm forgetting somebody. But we had an amazing game. We had so much fun, and these characters just continue. They're 9th level now, and let me tell you, the challenge of balancing this party is just I'm giving up.
Throw more monsters.
More HP. They took out a hill giant without much of a problem at all.
Dang.
Yes, yeah. Though I did have a funny moment where the hill giant nat 1 to club swing and took the roof off a house. That was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
But we had a great time, and we continue to just it's a really nice way for the community to kind of get together, have a lot of fun, and tell some stories like we like to do around here. Yeah.
So what I hear Morgan saying is that there's so much more fun to be had. So get over to patreon.com/thedungeonrun.
Indeed.
Morgan, over to you.
Thank you, Ron. As you might know, we are an interactive show where you have the chance to affect our story in unique and surprising ways. Use our custom Twitch extension or the link you can find in the About section of our Twitch page, or you can just go to streamelements.com/thedungeonrun/tip. There are 2 ways to help or challenge our players. You can choose to give bonus or penalty dice for any player or the keeper. It's just like advantage and disadvantage. If you're not familiar with Call of Cthulhu, it is giving them an extra 10 value of the dice that they get to re-roll and take the better, or the worse if you're giving them a penalty die. Also, you can, I mean, you don't need to do, I mean, if you want to. No, never mind. I'm not encouraging penalty dice. You can, though. No, just do what you want. It's a free country. Also, you can gift any player the power of luck. We are giving you the option of adding 10 luck points to any player's stash that they can use to turn a failure into a success. And a reminder, as Ron mentioned earlier, certain higher level patrons, you do get free interactivity every month. And Ron, you have 10 luck points from Angel Devilson that you get to cash in, sir.
Angel Devilson.
I know. So let us know. Send us messages on Patreon or on the Discord, and let us, if you're a higher level patron, let us know how you'd like to cash in your interactivity. Thank you so much for all the interactivity we've been getting though on this show. It's so fun to kind of see how it affects things. It's certainly the stakes are high, so it certainly comes in handy, friends. That is everything. I'm chomping at the bit. Sean is back this week. Hey, buddy.
Ooh, Sean.
John.
Take us into the forbidden. Last time we were together, a new investigation and a new city gave our 4 protagonists more than enough to handle. The arrival of Eden's Uncle Monty, after years of no contact, raised a lot of suspicious eyebrows. Monty is a professional thief and a con man, after all, who Eden had sought to separate herself from after the mysterious disappearance of her father. But despite their emotional and checkered past, when Monty spotted Eden's names in the papers, he came to Scotland looking for her. He was in need of friends, after all, finding himself in short supply after 3 of his comrades had met a strange and violent end during a recent attempted heist. His associates had broken into the home of one Memphis the Great, an accomplished and renowned stage magician in London who'd been missing for the last 10 weeks or so, leaving a beautiful and expensive home unoccupied and seemingly ripe for the picking. But something happened inside that house that night. And whatever it was left the 3 thieves violently, horribly murdered. The police had ruled it a fight amongst the thieves, a result of greed and bloodlust perhaps, when they couldn't decide how to split the loot. But Uncle Monty knew this to be rubbish, and was seeking a better explanation and someone to blame for the death of his friends. And he was looking to hire Eden and her friends in order to get it. Whatever hesitation Eden might have had about helping her uncle dissipated when he pulled out the ace up his sleeve, in the form of a key to a safe deposit box, left in the care of Monty by none other than Eden's father, apparently a short time before he disappeared. Although begrudgingly, the foursome agreed to help Monty for Eden's sake. And after a brief lesson in the art of packing and a flirtatious promise of letter writing between Charlotte and the Lady Milligan, they boarded a train headed south to the bustling and intimidating city of London. Upon arrival, they decided to stay at the home of Lorelei, a smaller flat she herself hadn't visited in almost 2 years since the disappearance of her husband Walid. Returning now despite the myriad of distractions brought about a wave of emotions and nostalgia for Lorelei for a gentler time that now seems thousands of miles away. Diarmuid rendezvoused with Chief Agent Barker, his superior at SDI, the detection agency that was his employer. Keeping his word to the Macmillans and his friends, Diarmuid chose not to share any of the stranger details of the business in Scotland with his boss, using the cover story of a strange chemical leak that had been previously agreed upon. It seemed to satisfy Barker, though, and perhaps as a reward for a job well done, or his keeper just feeling really gracious, he presented Diarmuid with a valuable gift, indeed. That of a Thompson submachine gun. A favorite of the investigators, and one quite difficult to procure in the UK.
I have a machine gun.
I'm really gonna regret that.
Machine gun.
What am I doing?
I think it's good. I think it's good what you're doing.
It's gonna be
I
fine.
think it's bad because that means that more can send even stronger things after us.
Oh, there's that! Oh, that, I mean, what do you mean my voice got a higher pitch? Somewhat settled and armed with information and God knows what else, the four investigators set out to learn more about this Memphis the Great and who or what could possibly be behind the murders at his house. Monty had provided them with tickets to a magic show of Harold Hawkins, a talented illusionist and mentee of Memphis's, as he might have some information on the house or the great magician's disappearance those weeks ago. It was also important to note that Hawkins was engaged to Ingrid, Memphis's own daughter, as well. But once the stage darkened and the curtain parted, they got so much more than just a magic show. Hawkins' act was impressive, no doubt, but his mannerisms seemed particularly out of sorts and sweaty.
Yeah.
The trick that really got the audience out of their seats, however, was when he produced two strange boxes from either side of the stage, like wooden cabinets on wheels the size of an armoire. It's so exhausting traveling for work, isn't it? I do miss my own bed at night, and now that I'm about to get married, I needed a way to make sure I wouldn't leave my lovely bride alone for too long. So I invented these. And with a flourish, Hawkins opened one cabinet, where an odd, ethereal light, bright yet flickering, almost like a film projector, emanated from it. And with a running leap, he flung himself inside the cabinet, and less than a second later, he exploded out of the other side. Some 30 feet away, traveled in an instant. A chill ran down the spine of the investigators. Something, whether it was the impossible spatial displacement or that flash of light, something was not right here. And yet, it was so oddly familiar. You've all been a wonderful audience, Hawkins said, closing the cabinet with theatrical flair, beads of sweat continuing to gather on his brow. But there's just one more spectacle I'd like to share with you tonight. And that's where we find ourselves right now. The two cabinets are swiftly rolled out of the way off stage by crew members as Hawking steps towards the middle of the stage. He wears a practiced smile on his face. But maybe it's that you're in the third row, or maybe your mind is having trouble disconnecting from what you think you just saw. But the smile seems to stop before it reaches his eyes. As he pauses again, you try to study this man for a moment. Something about him seems elsewhere. Before we finish, though, I think I need to make something right. Louise, would you come out here?
Oh.
He looks again off stage towards his assistant, and she comes on stage with a smile towards the audience, but again, it takes a few steps. Yes, Mr. Hawkins. Glad to see your two halves are working together again, Louise. You've been so amazing, so helpful. I apologize if I was rude earlier this evening. Oh, Harold, that's all right. No. You work so hard to satisfy me. I know that I can be quite a handful. And our tour schedule's so demanding, I wanted to show you my appreciation. Louise, dressed in this tight-fitting, sequined one-piece, has a look of seemingly genuine surprise on her face. Oh. Boss, that is so nice. You shouldn't have. I know, like all of us probably, you deal with a great deal of stress. And sometimes you just need to take a load off. Get away from it all. Well, gosh, that does sound nice. He takes a few steps upstage towards where there's a long table. And with a theatrical flourish, he produces a red satiny tablecloth that he gently lays down across it. Have a seat, my dear. I have a surprise for you. She does so with a graceful hop up, smiling out towards the audience. Lay back, if you will. Close your eyes. Think of a faraway place. She happily follows his instructions, smiling one last time at the audience before looking upwards and closing her eyes. You know what would be nice? I've always dreamed of flying, high up in the sky, floating up there among the clouds. That's wonderful, Louise. Hawkins moves to stand behind her, over her torso behind the table. His hands begin to move, in a very similar fashion to how you saw them move with the glass orbs at the top of the show, weaving dexterously through the air. He builds the movement with speed and grace until they shoot out to either side. And after a briefest pause, the assistant starts lifting smoothly off the table. There's gasps and ahs from the crowd around you. How do you feel now, Louise? Her eyes still closed, but with a bright smile on her face as she hovers about a foot above the table, she says, I feel amazing. Like I'm lighter than air. Am I flying? Almost, my dear, almost. And with further dramatic motions, he lifts his hands towards the sky, and Louise's body follows them, raising a further 3 to 4 feet above the table, maybe 8 feet off the ground. The audience applauds as it seems to take him great effort to hold her there. He looks down and smiles at the audience victoriously. Can you feel the clouds around you now, Louise? I think so. I'm flying. Yes, you are, my dear. He lowers his hands and dramatically sweeps one arm beneath her body to show there's nothing connecting her to the ground. He looks out with a small grin, then reaches down to his side. Something doesn't seem right. He looks left, then right. Just a moment longer, Louise! A stagehand dressed in black rushes out from the side, holding a round metal hoop about 3 feet in diameter. Hawkins grabs it from them quickly with a slight air of annoyance. Then composing himself, he shows the hoop towards the audience. And with almost a dancer's flourish, he takes the hoop and passes it around Louise's body, showing there are no strings holding her in place. Lorelei.
Yes.
You've hoodwinked a person from time to time.
Yeah.
Make a no roll.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I will. That's a 30 under 80.
No, nice. Okay, for sure. You've seen this trick before.
Uh-huh.
You know that even though you can't see them, and you're even maybe quite impressed at how it's done, but you know that there are a series of wires holding her in place, and that this hoop trick is done by an invisible catch in the hoop that seems to pass right through them. But you can't deny that he's got some talent, this Hawkins, and but there's a little bit of like, okay, yeah, I've seen this in itself, even though you're somewhat unsettled, certainly by the presence and by just overall air of things going on, you've seen this trick before.
Mm-hmm.
How's the air up there, my friend? Watch out for the Zeppelins. He laughs as he passes the ring from her head to toe again. I'll try. I could stay up here for hours. She laughs and genuinely seems to be enjoying herself. And as he finishes the final pass, Hawking steps to one side, presenting her with a grand gesture. You've been an amazing audience. I hope you can all find the power to fly as high as your dreams. And something happens. Louise's body jolts slightly, dipping in the air an inch or two. The audience is applauding, but you're fairly close to the stage, over the sounds of the oohs and the ahs, and you hear her cry out softly, "Oh!" Hawkins cuts himself off, turning his head up towards her. But before he can move any further, you hear an audible snap. And then in a horrible fluid motion, Louise's head and shoulders drop about a foot below her feet, and she falls towards the floor, hitting the ground head first. Boom. Chaos. Terrified gasps all around from the audience. A child a few rows back cries aloud. Stagehands rush in from both sides to tend to Louise. The curtains quickly start to close, but before they do, your eyes are able to catch two things. Louise's blood spilling on the stage from what looks to be a nasty head wound. She does not look good. And Harold Hawkins, standing stock still, frozen in place, his eyes still looking up from where she fell, his face an inscrutable mask. And the curtains close.
Lorelei is going to immediately grab Charlotte's hand and start pulling her to the stage and motion to Diarmuid.
Absolutely. There's people already trying to rush for the exits, and everybody's standing, so it's taking a second, but you are already, you're very quick on it. You do this, and this flurry of noise, questioning, panic, glances, people going, what happened? What happened? What's that? Oh my God. And then as you are almost reaching the stage, a mustachioed man, the theater manager, runs on stage in front of the curtain from one side. Ladies and gentlemen, please accept our deepest apologies. There's been a terrible accident. Murmurs and further gasps from the crowd. This obviously concludes our show for the evening. Thank you for coming to the Empire Theater.
Sir? So we have a doctor here.
Yes, please, yes, come. And he'll look down at you, Charlotte, and help you up. Yes, come, yes. And he swiftly parts the curtain, allowing all three of you access backstage, as I assume all three of you are following pretty tight.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, yes. Hello, yes. You, as you're walking through the stage or the curtain, Lorelei, you look back and you see ushers are already beginning to guide folks down the aisles. The theater is emptying quickly. But the curtains close behind the three of you, and you find yourself, and now the noise is dampened from behind the curtain, but you see a tight, cluster of people around Louise, the assistant, two stagehands, and the manager's like, stand aside, we have a doctor here. Charlotte,
Yes.
you see a heavy contusion on the top of her skull. Small pool of blood has dripped down the side of her face and onto the stage. Her eyes are fluttering. She's barely.
She is conscious though. She's just barely
in and out.
It's in and out. Okay. So I'm going to put I'm wearing a cute little coat. And I put my coat kind of under her head to kind of prop it up and also like stop some of the bleeding.
Right.
And I am I'm holding her head in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going through just asking her questions just to keep her conscious.
Mm-hmm. Eden is with you, by the way, at this moment. She has also come through the curtain, and she is right down there with you, kneeling and helping you kind of support the body, which is, but doing everything you say. Roll a first aid roll.
Okay. Oh. I rolled a 65 over 50.
Okay.
Can I aid at all?
Yes, we can do. What's your first aid, Lorelei?
Not great.
Okay.
My first aid's 31.
31. I'll allow you a roll as well to kind of see if you can. If you succeed, Charlotte will get to roll again.
Okay.
Oh.
I know my group rules are. I'm still foggy on them, but I'm making. But yes, I like this. Oh, hit
Yeah,
me.
a 16.
Hey!
Okay.
Lorelei, you kind of help to calm Charlotte in this moment as there's a lot happening, but you see kind of Charlotte, and you sort of help her calm herself. And Charlotte, roll. Give me another try.
Yeah, it's less Lorelei actually knowing anything about first aid and more Lorelei just being like, "You've got this. I believe in you. Take a look again."
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I rolled a 55 and I'm going to use 5 luck points
Great.
to get a success.
Great.
Whew, just barely.
Diarmuid. Hawkins is still standing where he was, but now he's looking down at his injured assistant. His eyes are unmoving from the pooled blood onto the dark wood of the stage. Excuse me. He stumbles backward slightly. He's wiping his mouth as he lurches toward one side of the stage, throwing open the door of his dressing room, slamming it shut once he's inside. One of the ushers comes on from one side of the dark stage. "An ambulance has already been called, Mr. Rees." Mr. Rees, you understand to be the manager.
Mm-hmm.
But Charlotte, as you're tending to her, Louise moves with an awkward, trying to lift her hand towards her head, but you can tell the movement pains her.
Yeah, you don't have to touch it. You're okay. You're okay. You're safe. You're on the ground. What is your name?
Louise.
Good. How old are you?
24.
Good. Stay with me. Please, you can't pass out.
The riggin.
I'm sorry.
The riggin.
The riggin? For the trick?
Lorelei, from this angle of the stage up close, you can now see hanging down from above where Louise was moments before is a very intricate cradle of what looks like fishing wire. But sure enough, on the side where that was supporting Louise's head, you can see several of the small wires hanging loosely and haphazardly.
Going to turn to I'm going full Miss Marple. I'm going to turn to one of the stagehands and say, "How do I get to the catwalk?"
You look and there's a younger sort of like raven-headed mop head of a boy who's a young man of a stagehand going, "Oh, that's off to the side, right past the prop table."
Okay, just the ladder up.
Yeah.
All right.
I can show you.
Yes, please.
Mr. Rees, the manager here's. Sorry. What are you doing?
Going to go see if someone sabotaged your trick. Those wires.
Oh.
I want to take a look at them.
All right. Roll a persuade on that.
Hey, Morgan.
I'm
yes, sir.
Is he? So Hawkins went into his dressing room.
His dressing room.
Staying in there, or is he coming?
So far, your eyes click, and he has not left.
I'm gonna sit around for a couple of minutes to see if he comes out, and just try to keep myself like out of his view, that he doesn't see that I'm there, and just see what.
Got it.
Observe.
You make your way kind of like, in your subtle way over to the side of the stage towards his dressing room. As you do that, make me a spot hidden. Lorelei.
My roll was a 56 over 50, but I'm going to spend 6 points to make it a success.
Okay, got it. And Reese, I suppose that's sensible. Fine. Tom, show her to the rigging. Perhaps there was. You don't think there's foul play?
I hope not, but I know these kinds of magic tricks, and that fishing wire should be a lot more stable.
Oh, yes.
Assuming you all did your due diligence and checked.
Charlotte, you are over top of Louise, and she is, her eyes are rolling back, but she does hear some of this. Harold rigs it himself.
Oh, okay. So we just need to talk to Harold and see what happened here, right?
Morgan, 35 over 30. I spent 5 to make it a success.
Love it. Lorelei, you follow this young stagehand dressed in black, as they are, who seems a little bit like kind of jazzed in trying not to be too jazzed, but just like kind of loving the urgency of this. This is the most exciting night he's had in months. But he shows you over, and it's a spiral stair. So you're not having to climb a too heavy ladder, thank goodness. Diarmuid, making your way over towards the dressing room, standing in this shadowy backstage, still much of the crew and management's attention on the injured Louise. You see several shapes of furniture, other accoutrements tucked between the curtains off to either side. Conspicuous by their size, though, it doesn't take much to see the large armoire-style cabinets that allowed Hawkins to jump from one location to another with, let's call it magical ease.
Had I had the time to tell them what I saw before all of this? I don't know if I did.
I don't know if you did. No, not at this moment. I mean, they all saw it too. But you saw a couple more things than they did, which is true. You were on stage when they were brought on. Specifically,
that the light was the same kind of light as in the the other side.
Which, make me a. Yeah, I think this is a power roll. Ron, make me a power roll.
All right.
It's kind of a memory roll, but it's sort of like a focus roll.
20 under 70, which makes it a hard success.
Love it. You
Actually,
saw.
I'm going to spend the 6 to make it a.
I love it. Let's go. Diarmuid, you saw Lorelei's abduction firsthand in the basement of Thistledown. You saw those clawed hands break through the air as if they were tearing through cellophane. And you saw the light, the bright, flickering light coming through that felt as if, like a piece of celluloid on left too long under the lamp. And perhaps it was something about Lorelei's reaction or something about it. You passed your sanity roll, I believe, when that happened as well. Mm-hmm. It struck a chord in a way that made you deeply uneasy. You and Lorelei did not get the chance to confer about it, but that combined with the really strange magical effect, and something about that is ringing in your mind.
And it's off to the side there. Like, could I look at those cabinets while also keeping an eye on the dressing room?
Yeah, there's one on either side. So basically, because they were them like the full width stage apart, and the stagehands pushed them off to either side. So there is one cabinet close to where you saw Hawkins go into his dressing room. Okay. Roll me a stealth roll, because the other thing that you notice when you roll the spot hidden is you do see a broad-shouldered security guard making his way into the backstage from a rear door. He is clocking all of you, and you see him have a brief conversation with the manager before he's keeping an eye out. So if you're going to mess with the magician's stuff, I'm going to need you to be sneaky about it.
Do
4
I see...
under 45.
Oh,
Jeez.
I was gonna help, but you don't.
4 under 4. Yeah, you duck.
It's extreme success. Yeah.
Yeah, duck and weave.
Okay.
You're good. Lorelei, you finish this ascent through the top, and you're some 40, 50 feet above the stage. I mean, has Lorelei had most of Lorelei's theatricality has been executed in living rooms and parlors and things of that nature. Is this pretty new to her?
I think she was probably a theater kid when she was younger.
Okay, great.
Just an assumption based on who she is.
Love that. There is an odd, like, invigorating nostalgia about this moment.
Absolutely.
And as Tom, the young stagehand, kind of, offers his hand to kind of help you up onto the last stair and get there, he leads you over towards the side where there's some catwalks that cross across the stage. He's like, I think it's over here. And you come over to the bar. Roll a spot hidden
Okie dokie.
for this one. Diarmuid, you come upon this cabinet. It is tall, it's man-sized. You do see up close, you saw what Lorelei saw from a distance, which is it does seem to have been painted fairly recently, and there do seem to be some exotic Egyptian style hieroglyphs that have been painted over. And it is padlocked.
Yeah, I'll pick that lock. Okay, I can do that pretty well.
Yeah. Roll me a lockpick check, please. Lorelei, what did you roll on your spot hidden?
37 under 60.
Nice. You examine it, and with the help of this young stagehand, you sort of examine it, and nothing seems out of place. But with a little extra time, and with a little bit of, as you spend your time up there, you sort of know this, like, you don't see anything cut. You don't see anything that, like, really sticks out. But the ties, the knots, the fasteners, everything, like, a couple of them are just loose. Like things were done. This is not devious, this is incompetence.
Yeah, okay. Is there anything else that I can see from this vantage point?
You rolled a successful spot hidden. You're looking right down on Charlotte and Eden on either side of Louise. You clocked the cabinet. You probably clocked. You would be on the opposite side of the stage as Diarmuid. You would ascended on the opposite side of the stage as Diarmuid in the dressing room. So you clocked the other cabinet probably as you were walking through there. Mm-hmm. No, not at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah. And Diarmuid's being quite sneaky, so you probably don't even see him at the other cabinet. What did you roll in your lockpick check?
30 under 61, which is a
hard success.
Hard success.
Nice.
That is what you needed, because this is a pretty hardy little lock here.
Well, I got it exactly on the nose.
Yes, you did. Nicely done. Okay. Yep. 1 second. I just want to make sure I've got everything.
Maybe I didn't want to do this.
You're pulling a Lorelei.
I'm like, oh right. As Diarmuid is clicking it, he's like, but if this is magic though.
Put your head in the boiler. It's fine.
You quietly undo this lock and pull these cabinet door. Softly pull. Do you peek? How do you open? Do you open? Let's start there.
Yes, I definitely open it. I think I'm gonna just pop it open just to see if I can see inside, and then I'm gonna drop a coin in it.
Okay. You open it, and There is no. It's dark inside.
Okay.
And you can't see that. Like, you're not sure what you were expecting, but it seems dormant, if you will, for the moment. And you reach into your pocket, pull out a tuppence. some sort of British change. I don't know. A crown.
There you go.
You aiming towards the back wall, I assume, or basically.
Yeah, just trying to toss it in there to see if it's going to do what I expect it to do.
You go like that. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
It hits the wall and and falls to the bottom. Falls to the bottom of the cabinet.
Okay. I'll leave the coin in there. It doesn't matter to me.
Sure.
But I'll close it and lock it back.
Got it. Yeah, you do so. And you... Lorelei, is there anything else you want to do up there?
No, I think she's gonna get down and start heading for Harold's door to be like, hey, listen, your incompetence almost killed someone. She's in full finger wagging mode.
As you come down, Charlotte, the medics have arrived.
Good. Okay.
And you are able to, and with Eden's help, they are able to. Eden goes with Louise, and you have a very quick moment of, he's like, maybe I can talk to her at the hospital and get some more information. Okay. Eden goes with Louise and the medics to the hospital. Okay. But you catch sight of Lorelei descending down, and you know, still standing over the blood on the stage, but you are cleaning your hands. You feel as a job well done. The bracing moment of, you know, is there a doctor in the house moment?
Yeah, happens more than you think.
I bet. There was a theater show I did years ago where someone it was a matinee and it was outdoors. It was hot and someone had a heart attack. They were okay, I think. But I've seen it happen myself. But you steady yourself in a way that feels, I mean, this has happened a couple times to you now recently. And is it a comfort that you can still jump to action in these moments, or how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think that in the spaces where the spaces of normalcy are a little more uncomfortable for her.
Yeah.
I mean, fresh start in London, hopefully, but I think that having this happen, she is like in her element, but now that Louise is being taken away, Charlotte is just now kind of understanding what's happening and is looking for her friends to see like where they are. So she catches Lorelei's eye. Yeah,
you catch sight of Lorelei, and the two of you, as if you come together, you see, you would catch the shape of Diarmuid over by the door of Hawking's dressing room.
Yeah, when Lorelei sees Dr. Charlotte, she does the like, take my hand gesture to pull her over to the door.
And as soon as Diarmuid sees that they're headed that way, he'll step out and knock on the door pretty heavily.
Knock on Hawking's door.
Yep.
Okay, got it. One moment.
I open the door if it's unlocked.
It is not. It is locked. Sorry. Roll a listen roll, Diarmuid.
What is he doing in there?
Good man, my dice are on fire tonight. Good lord. My listen is it's a good roll, but not enough. 27 over 20.
Okay. You hear a small clattering of like hangers.
I'm gonna
and, like,
locksmith in. I'm gonna lock in. I'm suspicious. This is suspicious to me.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna.
No, if you want to lock check, okay, give me a strength check.
You're gonna burst in like the
I'll
police.
I'll need
Heck
I'll need a hard success.
Yeah, okay.
Breaking the
Strength
theater
check?
doors.
Yes.
Okay, I got to roll below 40. 40 or below. Nope. 55.
You put your shoulder into it, and
It's a normal success, but yeah.
all right, sorry. And the door opens. And it's thrown open and standing in front of you in all his glory. And Diarmuid and Lorelei and Charlotte, you catch up at this point as you feel the clear urgency in Diarmuid as well.
Yes.
But standing in front of you is the illusionist Harold Hawkins. My apologies.
What are you doing in there?
Well, Diarmuid. Harold, may we come in and have a conversation?
Certainly. Looking behind him, you see a simple but tastefully decorated dressing room with a wardrobe rack, a dressing table, one of those large lighted mirrors, and a small assortment of bottles, makeup materials. Off to the opposite side, you see a small sofa and an end table that doubles as a small personal locker. You see a small padlock affixed to that. Deepest apologies. I needed to compose myself after what happened, but yes, please come in. Thank you. You're the ones, and Charlotte,
Yes.
you helped.
Yes.
You helped. I mean, he doesn't say Charlotte. I say Charlotte, but he turns to you.
No,
you,
that would be wild. Excuse me.
I know you. No, I'm just kidding. You helped poor Louise. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Yes, the medics have taken her away. I think she's going to be okay.
Wonderful,
She might have a concussion because of the speed of the fall,
Yes.
which I think we'd like to talk to you about. And can I roll a psychology, because he's been
100%.
sweating this entire time, and
100%.
I don't know what that is.
His palm is clammy when he shakes your hand, and yeah, and standing this close to him, his eyes are constantly moving.
Morgan, as we put, he doesn't let us in, I push us in.
No, he'll
Okay.
yes, he'll kind of he'll be like he does seem to be trying to be gracious, but he's clocking your aggression. But just yes, please come.
Does there appear to be any sort of suitcase bag? Does he look like he was packing quickly?
No.
Okay.
I rolled a 17 under 50.
Nice.
Lorelei, you see Diarmuid, once he enters the room and takes a quick look around, he calms himself. You see him calm.
Charlotte, it doesn't take a genius to tell that his behavior is pretty erratic.
Yeah.
Off stage and away from the crowd, he seems, as he's looking at each of you and kind of taking in all of it, he seems to have moments of consternation, confusion, almost as if he's like, he'll start to make motions and then stop, as if he's a little unsure of himself. But then as he stands aside to let you in, and he seems to look at Diarmuid, and there does seem to be moments of charisma and showmanship on full display, where he happily plays the host with ease as you all come in. Pardon my nerves, it's been quite a night. Would you like a drink?
Harold,
Yes.
do you mind having a seat for a minute? Sit on the couch with me.
All right.
My name is Lorelei Shepherd. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Now, Harold, I went up into the catwalk. Did you check the fishing line before the show tonight?
As you say that, he looks at the other people in the room and you get the sense of someone feeling a little exposed. Not even, I mean, it's even less necessarily what you're saying, and also just like you're talking about a magician's tricks and in front of other people.
Yeah.
But I do those riggings myself.
I know. That's why I'm asking. Did you check them tonight?
I did.
Because when I went up there,
I did.
Harold,
I did.
that was very sloppy work. Those knots were not going to hold. You do not seem fully here, Harold. What's happening?
very grateful for that you are all here. This business of ours can be quite dangerous at times, unfortunately, and it's a blessing. I hope you enjoyed the show, despite the rather
Harold,
dramatic finale.
Do not give me that fluffy speech. You almost put a woman's life at risk. You did put a woman's life at risk. Now's the time to be frank. What's going on with you?
With that successful psychology roll, Charlotte,
Yeah.
one thing you do notice as he sits on this cabinet, trying to meet Lorelei's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 5th time he's looked at that locker in the last minute or two.
I'm gonna just, as Lorelei is talking, I'm going to just kind of walk towards the locker and see like what his body does. And what I'm specifically looking for is anything that might come across as masking or not human. I'm looking for non-human gesture.
Non-human.
Like,
Is that an occult roll?
yeah, I think maybe.
Yeah, give me an occult roll.
Okay. Oh, please, please, please. A regular success.
Nice.
28 over 35, under 35.
Nice. You
That's
kind
my
of
first occult roll.
nice. As almost teasingly,
Yeah.
you sort of shade over in the direction of the
Yeah.
locker to see how he responds. And he is again looking at Lorelei, but then looking past you. Doesn't make a move just yet. And as far as looking for anything inhuman, no.
It's
Nothing
just
nothing inhuman. There are
Quirks.
Quirks is putting it lightly.
Okay.
And Lorelei caught this moment of him on you all caught it towards the end, this moment of freeze.
Yeah.
It's a little more, it's manic energy, but it's also just moments of overwhelmed, but well beyond that, as if his brain was overcooked.
Disassociation.
Yes.
Okay.
But he is looking back towards you, Lorelei.
Harold.
It has been a stressful time.
Did this all start when you got that box from Memphis? Just making an assumption, but I want to know if I'm right.
My mentor is very dear to me.
Yes.
In this time of his absence, I have done my best to carry on some of his it's a shame to let some of them go to waste.
You're not answering my question. Did this start happening when you started using that box?
Did I I'm not really sure.
Morgan,
Harold.
as he's stumbling here,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull out my gun as
Damn
an
it.
intimidation, as a way to intimidate him.
I was gonna. That's so funny because I was gonna pretend to be on his side. So that's so funny.
Good cop, bad cop, neutral cop.
Yeah.
Diarmuid, we do not need
Who are you?
gun.
I can only assume that if you're not gonna tell us what happened, you did it on purpose and you tried to kill that girl.
I did not.
Then start talking.
I haven't been sleeping.
Diarmuid puts his gun away.
Okay. have you been having dreams, Harold? Bad dreams?
Yes.
Well, you're in luck, Harold, because we are sort of investigators of sorts. We are looking for your mentor.
As you say this, he looks at the three of you. Who hired you?
That's not important. Probably. Don't worry about it. But we're here to help. You say you're having bad dreams? Talk to us about it. Perhaps we can help. Things that are unknown, unquantifiable, beyond logic. That's sort of our wheelhouse. And I move closer to the box.
Babe. The boxes belong to Axel. Memphis. And Lorelei, you I think rolled a pretty successful no roll about Memphis the Great last episode.
Yeah.
You possibly even know that the man who calls himself Memphis the Great's real name is Axel Schwartz.
Axel Schwartz. Yeah, yes. Yep.
The boxes belong to Axel. I don't know where he got them. I don't know. The man taught me so much.
But he taught you practical tricks. This is not a practical trick. What happens when you get in that box?
I mean, you saw what happened. I step out the other side.
What happens in between? Do you go somewhere else?
And he freezes.
Someplace where the air feels like water?
It's
Wait.
fast. It's so fast.
Hmm. Go on.
There is a sensation of water. Yes.
Harold.
Lorelei, or Charlotte. I'm Charlotte. You're Lorelei.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. She looks at you because she didn't clock what you clocked, and she is starting to see what you're putting down, and she's very confused.
Harold, you cannot use that cabinet anymore. And I'm not trying to take a magician's greatest gift away from him. I am saying you are putting yourself in incredible danger by doing that, because that is not practical magic, Harold. And I think you know that.
What's in the locker?
First off, Lorelei, roll me a persuasion on that one.
I was hoping you would say that.
And and you have well, I mean, it doesn't sound like you need it.
It's an 8.
Oh,
Under 50.
nice.
Don't use the box.
He listens and he, even though he's not even, you could tell he's still putting it all together. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, that's them. That must be it. I should have known better than to trust that. Memphis could be quite a madman.
If he used that, then he must have been. Did he have any other tricks that did something similar to this? Did he ever teach you anything like this?
Teach me? No.
Okay.
But there was plenty that he kept from me.
Harold. And she's going to give him the address of Mildred's bookshop and say, You have entered a place that will break you down. I have been there, the doctor has been there, and should you need anything, leave me a message here, and I will come find you. Okay?
Diarmuid, you had asked what's in the, and he takes the card from Lorelei. Thank you. And he's still processing quite a lot. Maybe even putting together exactly what you're saying. But he feels the comfort in your words and the empathy of someone who, though he's not even sure how, who seems to at least have an inkling of what's happening.
Wait, you've been there. You've been there. The place.
That's what the box was. That's how he went from one place to the other. I'm assuming.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
That doesn't
It
make
doesn't
sense.
work on things that aren't living.
Did you tell us how it works?
Oh, but please do not actually use it. Please. We cannot have that opening again. Did you have some way to activate it?
No. I think it's something to do with no. As stupid as it feels, you just run at it.
Okay.
And you can put your hand right through it.
Is it about speed, your velocity, then, which you're running, or is
I
it?
don't think so. I simply,
You
if
could
you
just touch
simply
it.
stand and put your hand through it.
Interesting. They didn't tell you, Memphis. He didn't tell you where he got it. I know you're claiming Egypt, but is there any real place that you know of?
A few years back, Axel went missing. Axel's been missing before.
Oh.
A few years back, he... I'd only been working with him for a year, maybe two. And he went on some sort of pilgrimage, he called it, to the Far East. He dropped off the map, worried Ingrid's sick. It was in the papers. But several weeks later, he came back. But when he came back, he was intense, different. And some of the things he was able to do made the rest of us look like clowns.
I see. I'm gonna ask you a couple of strange questions. They're gonna sound strange, okay?
Fine.
At this point, Diarmuid starts opening the locker.
Please, sir. What do you?
You wouldn't bother me right now if I were you.
Roll me and intimidate. If you need it, yeah. You guys gotten some. We've gotten some lovely bonuses in, so I'm gonna.
Morgan.
Yes, sir.
Rolling hot.
Yes, wrong.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, come on. No, I love you. I love you. Amazing. With a 1.
That's under 45, by the way.
God.
He starts to come off the sofa for just a second when he sees you doing it, and then just the look you give him, he freezes and sits back down, watching you. Fine. It's up. There's a weapon in there. Please be careful.
That's what I thought. Yeah, and I'll open it and.
Yeah. What's in it? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
A squid monster. We died.
Great.
You open this small locker. Well, I mean, it's got a small padlock on it, so I mean, I'm gonna need you to roll another locksmithing check. Your locksmithing is getting a workout tonight.
Ooh, first one not great. 77 over 61.
You, sir, have a bonus die from Kildarin.
Ooh, thanks, children. That made it a 27 under 61. So a hard success. Thank you, Kildarin.
This is not unlike the lock that's on the box or the cabinet. This is a pretty simple. It's like a gym locker.
I think with a hard success, I literally just sort of pull it down. You know, like there's some of those old locks where if you know how to jigger it right, it'll come out, and that's what I. You need better locks.
As a magician, I thought you would have better looks, but
Yeah.
You
Brutal.
pick. Inside, you find three things: a billfold belonging to Harold, holding about 40 British pounds, a .32 revolver, and a book.
What's the title of the book?
You pick up this book, and the first thing you notice is the smell.
oh no.
What's
Oh
it smell
no.
like? What's
Oh
it
no.
smell like?
Oh no.
What's it smell like? What's it smell
Salty,
like? Okay.
like the ocean.
Ah.
But not those pleasant summer cruises off the coastline of some resort. Something thicker, with an acrid tang and a cloying aroma that sticks to your nostrils.
Let me smell it.
Not the reaction I
No,
anticipated.
Charlotte
that was
wants-
very well then.
Serena
No,
wants
I
Charlotte to
love-
smell it.
I love
It's
you.
horrible.
What a bunch of creeps you guys are. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Immediately, your fingers feel the odd, unpleasant texture to its binding. The cover is leather, but whether it was from some uncommon animal or the book itself has seen plenty of long, hard days, it catches under your fingers
Ew, 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 ew.
like dry shark skin. The title of the book is Thaumaturgical Prodigies in the New England Canaan.
Oh,
Canaan.
Harold.
Canaan, like the biblical city.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get this book?
As you hear her say that, Diarmuid, you're looking at this, feeling this strange tome in your hands. Looks to be hundreds of years old. There is a nameplate on the inside cover, belonging to Memphis the Great. Property of Memphis the Great.
Morgan, while I'm holding this book in my hands, Diarmuid's going to reach and feel for his bear totem coin. And just whenever he feels awkward about these things, whenever there's something that isn't explainable, but it sets your fight or flight.
Yes.
It's that. I think he's feeling that a little bit. And he looks at the book and, Lorelei, this
Please.
is your realm. It's your realm.
Thaumaturgy.
Be
It's
careful.
my time. She gets a little
Be
too
careful.
excited about it.
And I'll pass, and I'll Diarmuid will hold it out and then pull it back. It feels like danger.
That is
Be careful.
Yes, tell us more about this book. And-
Harold is terrified of Diarmuid at this point, but he's
I throw his billfold at him with his money in it.
that is a very valuable reprint. So please,
Reprint.
as this moment, Lorelei, you feel the same, and you smell this, and it is really kind of setting your nerves afire.
Oh, she's obsessed immediately.
Harold, are you? The door to the dressing room swings open, and standing there is a well-dressed, fetching woman of about 25 with a worried expression on her face. Oh, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Hello.
She looks at Harold with a questioning look. I heard about what happened. Are you all right?
Ingrid.
Yes, Harold. Yes, love. He'll stand quickly, and he will. I'm gonna roll him a stealth check, because what he is going to try to do is push the book down away from his wife and towards your lap.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
He basically wants to hide the book.
Yeah, she would take her shawl and kind of try to cover it as well.
Okay. I have a bonus die from Abracadabra. Thank you so much, Abra. Oh! My first roll was 100, but I think that bonus die is coming in handy. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, yeah, that's a 20. And yes, as he is able to, he just pushes the book down away from her eye line. Yes, love. Thank you. I'm fine. It's just a bit shaken up.
Quick question. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, please.
When he does that, does Diarmuid have enough time to realize that isn't aggressive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
Okay. Cool.
It's fast,
Sorry.
but it's it's a good question. It's fast, but it's pretty smooth, and
Okay.
you've got one eye on him at least the whole
Lorelei,
time.
you see Diarmuid sort of subtly react when he does when he pushes the book on you. But
Flinch.
yeah, yep. And it's just subtle. It's not that much. It's sort of he catches it, but just
She clocks it and just goes,
Yes, love. Thank you. I'm sorry. I should have phoned you right away. She eyes him worriedly as he stands, but she composes herself as she takes in the three of you. Yes, this is my fiancée, Ingrid. Ingrid, these good folks sprang into action when it happened. I was expressing my gratitude.
hello, Ingrid.
Hi, Ingrid.
Oh my goodness. Yes, of course. Thank you. And she softly will shake each of your hands. Yes, it's so nice to meet you. Lorelei, and she'll get your names if you give them.
Yes, yeah.
You can tell she's, she burst in with, but she is like doing her best to compose herself. She's got something on her mind. She wears her hair short in that Clarabeau style, but her eyes are sharp and intelligent. They think Louise will be all right then.
Thankfully,
Yes.
Dr. Mantis was in the audience.
Oh, thank goodness. Yes, she took quite a spill, but yes, thanks to Dr. Mantis, they think she'll be fine.
Yes, and yeah, she'll be fine. We sent our friend to go watch out for her to keep her awake, which is very important when concussed.
Ingrid moves to Harold, laying a hand on his shoulder as she looks at all of you. Well, unfortunately, if you're around magic long enough, you're likely to see someone get hurt. But we are so lucky you were on hand, Doctor. Thank you.
Of course. Now, thank you for. I feel like, okay. Charlotte leaves because here's the thing. Charlotte is like, we're being weird about this book. I just wanted to save someone. This man is sweating. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if we're going to get more out of him. I need to get out of this.
Yeah, there is a very awkward moment.
Yeah.
Now,
This feels extremely awkward. I can't.
But I will say, the awkwardness is not just coming from you.
No, this whole thing is awkward.
Yes, hangs in the air between Ingrid and Harold. She has a hand on his. Everybody roll psychology checks, actually.
Yeah, because like she came in with a thing, and we're here.
Coming in hot.
Did she give us her full name or just Ingrid?
Nope, just Ingrid right now.
Okay.
But we know it's Ingrid Schwartz.
You do know it's
Well,
Ingrid.
when she. Oh, okay. Okay.
Or you could put two and two. He says it's his fiance.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as
you can put two and two together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was something I had figured out before when I did the roll about Memphis. Is
Correct.
yeah.
81 over 20.
Got it.
I failed.
Yeah, 42 over 10.
Okay, we've got some bonus dice here, though.
Oh.
Let's see.
Sorry, 10.
Serena, you have a bonus die from Dungeon Speedrun.
Thank you, Dungeon Speedrun.
She's the best at it, so I'll let the rest of you keep
Yes,
that
please.
failure.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to break a 10, probably.
No
I'm
problem.
not gonna try my luck.
Still failed.
Oh.
I was close. I rolled a 66, over 50.
Yeah. She's pretty composed. She's well dressed. You get the sense as she talked with some experience about what it's like to be around magic. She seems to be a well-to-do, composed woman, but there is definitely an awkward pause in the air, and she smiles and she just watches you get up and
I'm happy to have assisted you, your friend.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Don't go too far.
To go check on her.
Can you wait?
I mean, yeah, I wait outside.
Morgan, do we know what
Sure.
hospital they went to?
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Charlotte would know.
Yeah.
And she will look at Diarmuid and Lorelei after a pause, and I'm begging your pardon. Harold and I haven't had much of a chance to see each other these last few days.
Are you the daughter of Memphis the Great?
That's a Serena reaction.
Disarming this whole, just purposefully disarming what she's doing.
This is the man whose idea it was to go straight to Thistledown. I will remind everybody.
No, you've left the two possibly most chaotic people in the room with them, so.
Bull in the china shop.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Two bulls in
Yeah, I
this.
pulled out a gun to intimidate a magician. But
What's he gonna do?
But I mean, he's Cthulhu magician, so maybe I think it's justified. But anyway,
Who's
that's
that?
of course I will.
I've never heard that
Oh.
name before.
It's just the name of the game. you
What?
know?
Who? What?
Who? What?
I don't know what you're saying. And she'll stop and goes, yes, I am. It's
Diarmuid
probably
looks at-
not. It's probably not the strangest thing. It doesn't
Sure.
throw her too much.
Sure. But
Yes, I do.
Diarmuid looks at Harold and looks at her and goes, "Do you know where your dad is?"
No.
I think that what my friend is trying to say here is we have been employed to look into the disappearance of your father. We are investigators.
I wasn't saying that, but
Oh,
sure.
okay. Well,
No, I mean, I understand.
Fascinating.
putting the cards out there.
Understood.
And she'll ask this. I'm sorry, who hired you?
Not important.
That's none of your business.
They pay quite a bit, so we are able to keep that under wraps. We are just looking for your father's safe return and looking into the reasons why he may have left.
Which means it's in your best interest not to lie to us.
Thank you.
Not that we were assuming you would.
Well, I'm just saying, we're seekers of truth. I want to make sure that we're
Sure.
getting all the facts here and being
Yes.
fair. Because if she murdered her father, she should go to jail for it.
Okay, not that we are saying that. Currently, we have no information.
Clearly not. I'm just saying, if she did, because maybe she's that
Harold
kind
will
of person.
stand up. No, well, now. Harold knows
Oh,
clearly.
maybe it was you then.
Okay, Diarmuid.
And they will. It's. She. Ingrid will be grateful that Harold stands up to defend her, but also Ingrid says, "I'm glad. I am glad. My father is a strange man. He's known to his flights of fancy. But yes, I won't lie. This particular disappearing act he's pulled has me worried. So I'm glad."
Ingrid, do you mind if I ask when the last time was anyone saw him?
There was a night. It was, and she'll. So it was see, we're in late December, so it would have been October. And she has the date in October. And I think that was when we pinpointed it. That was when we told the police. And Harold nods. Yes, that's correct. He was at his house, but last I saw him, I believe, was the day before. But Harold and he had a session that day, and Harold says, "Yes, that's right." We were discussing my upcoming tour, and he was judgmental, I'll be honest, but helpful in his way. And that was the last we saw of him.
Did he seem on edge when you last saw him? Was he acting strangely at all?
Ingrid almost laughs.
Stranger than usual.
No, not stranger than usual. But he's a difficult man. And Harold will hold her hand and say, "I told them about the years before." Oh, yes. I had tried to see if we could get him an appointment with Dr. Freud, as a matter of fact, and he refused.
I'm not surprised. Ingrid, do you know that time that he did go missing for quite a while and he was in the Far East? Do you know where in the Far East?
He said Bhutan.
Bhutan.
That was almost all the details he gave me. But there is someone you might want to talk to. And Harold says, Ingrid.
Please, anything that could help.
He has a bit of a relationship. It's hard to say what their relationship was.
Oh?
Or is, exactly. But her name is Josephine Lynch.
Josephine Lynch.
She runs in magic circles. You might be able to find her. You might be able to find her at one of the usual hangouts. There's a restaurant. She's like, what's it called? And she, 1 second. It is called Nelson's.
Nelson's. Okay.
And it's in this, and she gives you the neighborhood rough address.
Thank you.
Josephine is a lot.
I'm used to people who are a lot. And she just glances over at Diarmuid real fast. We are all a lot.
Josephine came back from Bhutan with my father.
Oh, is she from Bhutan?
No,
No. But he met her there.
apparently.
Oh.
She's, yes, a bit of a tough nut to crack.
What does this woman look like?
Blonde, she's late 30s, glamorous.
Oh.
She enjoys her nice clothes. I mean, I'm not judging. Yes, she looks a bit like Jean Harlow.
Oh.
She definitely takes great pride in her appearance. Ron, were you going to say something?
Did you notice any odd behavior of your dad before he disappeared? Like, was he, did he lose track of things? Did he seem to daydream? That kind of thing.
I lived with my father for most of my life. we lived together in that house for much of my childhood after he moved here with me. Obviously, I was born in the States. We were born in the States. But I moved about 6 months to a year after he got back. I've been living in a nice little apartment by myself. He became very isolated, very obsessed, and even more secretive than normal. I mean, he's a magician. They're secretive by nature, and Harold rolls his eyes.
When she looks at me, when she says, just aloof for the words she just said about her father.
Yes.
When she looks at me, Diarmuid will make a pointed look at Harold in that moment.
Like as if you're doing like an eye shift towards him.
As if she says that about her dad, and then trying to make it clear to her that
she almost chuckles for a moment, but then no, my father was, I don't know if it was his age or if it was his mind. He's become quite difficult. So it perhaps wasn't, if anything's happened to him, I will hold on to that guilt for the rest of my life, because I have to say, when he up and vanished without letting anyone know, it wasn't exactly a surprise to those of us. It was barely a change in his behavior.
Understood.
So perhaps we were a little late to realize that something was off.
You said that he became obsessed? What was it he was obsessed with?
Magic. The thing he's been obsessed with all his life, but this was... The things he can do, I've never seen anyone else do.
Mm-hmm.
Funny you say that.
Did his strange obsession happen after he came back from Bhutan? Or is it just a lifelong kind of thing with him?
I mean, he was always obsessed. He was always, that's...
The more feral aspect.
It's part of what made him the Great. But yes, it was as if all of the polished edges were sharpened, and he would perform less and less for audiences, because honestly his demeanor and his overall sense of showmanship, I'll be honest, was, and Harold says, oh dear, it was a little off-putting. He became off-putting.
Mm-hmm.
But no one could question the expertise. No one could question the magic.
I know this may be difficult for you to part with, but do you have a key to his house?
Can you meet me?
When?
Perhaps tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get that for you. Do one of you... I'm so sorry. I as I said, I'm quite glad... Oh, you're muted, Ron, but I think I know what you said.
Here's my card.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are staying in town.
Excellent. I will... yes. And she'll say tomorrow... 3:30, and she'll give you a small cafe, the address of a small cafe. There. And assuming everything checks out, I can bring you, if you want to get into the house.
Thank you.
You can. There was, I assume you know about The murders that happened in my father's home?
Yes, that's part of why we were
Indeed.
conscripted.
Horrible.
Yes, indeed.
I grew up in that house. It's horrible.
I'm very sorry.
It's hard to imagine. And Harold, at this point, looking at all of you, but also just kind of like, he's deeply uncomfortable the further this continues to go, because I mean, he's not only because of how his night started, but basically of all of the actions of everything. Well, dear, I think we should see you home, shouldn't we? Yes. And Lorelei, shake your hand and thank you.
Of course.
And sorry, Diarmuid, was it?
Yes, my pleasure.
And do thank your friend the doctor. We are so grateful. And Harold will usher you out. The security guard that Diarmuid clocked earlier will be, the stage is now dark and quiet. It seems like almost everyone has gone home.
Question for you before we switch scenes.
Yes, please.
So, how long?
What you been doing?
Well, how long were they having that conversation? Would you say?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, about.
And if I am not mistaken, the box is on the stage.
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. So
it is relocked.
Great. What kind of lock?
Pretty heavy padlock.
Usually stages have axes, right? Like a fire axe in case of emergency. Yeah. No, it's part of the fire. Yep. Awesome. So as they are talking, Charlotte is at mention of this other world, and for the viewers at home, her sanity is 38. Okay. I'm rocking a 38 for a while.
That's low.
And so I think that she, when she awkwardly backed out, it's that she was thinking that there's more people involved. More people can't be involved in this. We can't involve Ingrid. More people can't be involved in this. Whatever this is, it's very, very bad. She backs out. And she says to herself under her breath, a portal to another world. And tries to open the lock. It's not working. Yep. Runs to the side stage, grabs the axe, and cleaves.
Almost before you do that, you are stopped by the security guard and a dog.
Great. Why is there a dog?
He's got a guard dog.
That's great.
You can see it now. It does strike you. You go maybe even say that out loud. You have a dog.
You have a dog holding the axe. You have a dog.
Sorry, miss. What do you,
I am to believe this is dangerous, and so I want to get inside. Do you have the key, perhaps? Perhaps they don't have to ruin it.
No, that is, the property of Mr. Hawkins. No, madam, please put that down.
I hand it to him.
Thank you.
Well, it is dangerous. And if you are to guard this place, you are the security guard, correct?
Yes.
You should know that this should not be here. You think it's a trick. Of course you do.
This cabinet or all of them?
This specific cabinet.
All right. I mean, I'll just show up at the night to make sure no one goes after him with axes or tries to get in.
Sure.
But good. So I'll try to keep my distance, I guess.
Please do. Because this, and I'm gonna go behind so it's standing, right?
Yeah, this is one side of the matching set, and the other being 30-40 feet away on the other side of the stage.
Great. And I'm gonna as I'm talking, I'm rapping on the sides of the cabinet, like listening to different sounds. Is it the same sound throughout?
All sounds solid as oak.
Solid as oak. Do you know how long Harold is to perform here? Is he
I believe the
touring?
calendar's in the lobby. I think it's. I believe they do have somewhere else. A few more weeks, I guess.
Okay. Have you? Do you usually watch this place at night?
I do.
Right at nighttime. Great. Have
I'm
you
sorry. I think you
heard
should leave.
any sounds coming from the box?
Do you have an extra set of your keys I can have? What exactly is your work schedule on Friday at 4?
Are you here at night only, exclusively at nighttime?
Check for bombs.
What's your favorite food?
Your social security number.
What's your deepest fear? You ask specifically about sounds. No.
Okay, good. If you notice anything strange while you're watching this box, something in the inside that shouldn't be there.
Okay, lady.
Yeah.
Like
That
he's gonna be like,
Yeah.
and he's got the axe, and he is gonna start escorting you towards the back exit.
And I would love it for just cinematic purposes as you guys are leaving that room. You see Charlotte
You see the door open, and
being
Charlotte
like escorted out. Well, it's very dangerous and no one should have it.
Charlotte? What?
and you see, and she's gone. She's out the back exit, and you just see
Done.
a very confused-looking security guard holding a fire axe, just like. She with you?
No. Mm-mm. Lorelei just looks to
Theater's closed. You should go.
we're leaving.
Our friend, we're leaving now.
Yes, and Harold is like locking up behind you. Yes, Freddie, they're with us. They can let them leave the exit. They can exit the back way. That's fine.
As we leave, Diarmuid will turn to Harold and say, "It was lovely to meet you, and remember, we're here to keep an eye on you." And a wink at him as I leave.
He almost wets himself. I mean, you rolled a critical.
Yeah, I mean, it's
intimidate.
with a look, with just a look.
You find Charlotte in the alley behind the theater, from the from the back entrance. The three of you.
Mm-hmm.
It is night. It is late one evening in London, standing on the street.
So, what? What?
Yeah, so
You've just
Did you have a good talk?
Sure.
Great. We should destroy that box, right? Do we agree?
Sure.
The box
Yes.
should be destroyed, right?
Absolutely.
Great.
You have a
When are we going to do that? The destroying of the
Charlotte,
box.
I'm with Lorelei here. You got a little, your eyes are looking a little.
I'm sorry.
strong
What's wrong with
right
my
now.
eyes?
You're looking
you
real.
just-
You
you have
just got a particular
a
look on you.
look.
Well, I don't think that we're taking the box as seriously as perhaps we should.
Oh no, we absolutely are. I've
Great.
made Harold promise that he is not going to use this box in future events, and he knows that it is a dangerous thing. We are
Good.
going to
Destroy
destroy
it,
this
burn
box
it.
before we leave.
Great, good.
But I think our first
Excuse me.
point
Oh,
of
I'm
interest
sleepy.
should be Memphis's house.
Magic is boring.
Oh well,
I don't think it's boring.
It's not that boring.
I don't think
Well, yeah,
we've
I'm not
actually
surprised.
seen any magic. We've only seen
I'm not-
science and
I'm not surprised, Lorelei, that you don't think magic's boring. You dabble in it yourself.
Yes, I've seen some
Wait,
very good magicians who are not
Do you
boring.
do actual magic,
But they're
Lorelei?
just lies, though, right?
No. No. No.
They're just lies, then.
They can be. They are entertainment. Do you think an actor is sitting there lying to you when they're playing
Absolutely
Romeo and
he
Yes,
Juliet?
they
is,
are
yeah.
lying.
Yes, he
They're
is, yes.
liars.
Absolutely
Absolute
lying
liars.
to you
Yes.
all the time.
Absolutely.
Liars and
not-
prostitutes.
You are not theatre people then. Okay. Good
No,
food.
not at all.
The episode where Lorelei discovers she's surrounded by Philistines.
You are heathens. That's okay. I love you regardless.
Oh, I appreciate
Yes,
the
I love the
theater. I
arts.
can appreciate
I just
it,
think
but
that
I
they
also
lie for a living.
right.
Well,
I don't.
yes,
I'm not
money.
going in
It's
there
because
thinking.
And I think that's
lies
great.
entertaining,
For them.
correct?
Oh, that's both.
but
You can
I'm-
lie and
but
be entertaining. That's what an actor is.
Yes.
Right,
So
but
there
I'm not
are
going in
good
there-
liars. There are good magicians who lie. I
So
just said
all
Right, but they're
magic is
still lying,
lies
though. Is
is
the
my
point? They're still
question.
lying.
They're playing a
Yes.
part. They're not really like a serial killer or
Sure.
They're
Right.
not really
Why
a
are we
serial
having this
killer.
conversation?
I'm
Well,
saying.
Magic can
point
be
I-
fun. We should go home.
Are we going home or are we going to Memphis's house?
Well, no, tomorrow, Memphis's house.
Good. I don't want to do that tonight.
No.
As I
We've
say,
had enough
It's
excitement.
been a long evening.
Yes.
As it's probably well past 11 at this point.
Back home.
The group of you are able to rendezvous back with Eden from the hospital back at Lorelei's place. You all have had a very long day. Yes, Ron.
Diarmuid has a deep question.
What you gonna do, brother?
So I know you've got a strong feeling about it, Lorelei. But what I need to understand is the man actually doing magic, or is he just
So that's what I wanted to
lying?
know too. Thank
right?
you so
That's
much
what
for
I was
bringing it
trying
up.
to get to,
You know what?
and then
I
we
have
were like,
such a headache. Why don't we just go to sleep?
Diarmuid, I don't think we're going to get an answer tonight.
No, you
suppose
just
not.
go. I think she would have set up so that someone's sleeping in the guest bedroom, 2 other people are sleeping in her bedroom, and she's sleeping on the couch so that she can say goodnight to the portrait every night. I know, it's
God.
terrible. It's awful.
No, it's not awful. It's the opposite of
that's-
awful.
But that's absolutely what she would do. But she's also the kind of person that wouldn't, she puts her guests' comfort above her own anyways.
I think by way of this intense conversation about whether or not magic is real, because it is unclear to Charlotte as well, I think Diarmuid and Charlotte naturally are conversing and go into the same room as roomies.
you also notice that when you respond to him that way, the rest of the night he's very terse with you.
With me?
Yes, with Lorelei.
Oh,
when
okay.
you say, I think we should just go to bed and completely destroy that part of it. He's very terse and fine. We'll talk. When you want to talk to me, we'll talk then. Thank you so much for I appreciate your hospitality. It is very kind. I appreciate you.
Okay. Good night.
Diarmuid.
Diarmuid and Charlotte basically find themselves tucked away behind a closed door of their guest bedroom or the
Diarmuid,
master bedroom.
Yes.
do you believe in magic? Do you believe magic is real? I mean,
But if before what happened to us a couple days, weeks ago, how long ago was it, Morgan? Now
it's like 3 days.
No, specifically, what are we referring to?
when we were at
It's been a week since
Okay.
you rescued Arthur McMillan.
cool. Okay, yeah. So since
Maybe 8 or 9 days.
if you'd asked me 8 or 9 days ago, I'd have told you, no, absolutely not. I believe that people believe magic is real. I do believe that there are people who do magic and rituals expecting there to be a result. If you ask me, that's basically Catholicism at its basic elements. Is they do ritual because they believe it. And look, I know that belief is strong. Placebo is a thing. As you well know, placebo works.
It is the placebo effect, yes.
Belief is very strong, but I do not ever, before, again, 8 or 9 days ago, would have ever thought that, oh yeah, magic's a thing that can actually happen.
You know what I believe?
I'm afraid to ask, but no, go ahead.
Are you afraid? Have I caused you?
There's a lot going on I don't understand, and the way that I respond to that usually is anger and violence. As you can well know, I've noticed.
I think Charlotte, like myself, does laugh at that.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
he is trying to sort of loosen it a little. He's being terse and honest, but he's just loosening. It's clear that he's trying to loosen it a little.
I believe that magic is science we don't yet understand.
I would agree with you there. I think that's very sharp of you. Yeah, magic is things we just haven't figured out yet. Like how stars are made. That's magic. We have a good idea, but as far as we know, it's very confusing and not real clear. So magic it is, but it happens. We can see it.
Yes. Yeah. Like if I don't know what that box is, but it's certainly not magic. What it is another form of science. Something that we don't understand.
I just don't, there's a difference between the machine we saw and this. The machine at least had electricity and some gears and things in it that might work to make things happen. You need physics and you need things to move and forces and kinetics and all that.
Well,
this is just a box and he jumped from one box to the other like that. There's no way you can fake that,
But we don't know
Charlotte.
what's inside of it.
There's a darkness and it's solid wood. I threw a coin inside.
Sure, but if we're able to travel to that place, perhaps in our dreams, what's to say that another type of situation, a box, can be a conduit to that place? Whether it is through vibration, electromagnetic field, energy, etc. There are so many things that we don't know about this box. And all
Absolutely.
I'm saying is I don't believe that it's magic, but perhaps it is science that we don't understand.
Agreed, but the problem is still the same, whether it's magic or not, right? Whether it's magic or it's just science we don't understand, the problem is the same. There is an entire world that we know nothing about,
Yes.
that things can come into this world via physical as well as mental state.
Yes.
So my first assumption is that old Harold there is one day going to turn into the same thing that doctor did and eat his Ingrid fiance.
So, and then Charlotte kind of like puts gently, not erratically, I'm going to be very clear, puts her hand like kind of on Diarmuid, like kind of like grabs his arm a little bit and goes, yes, that is what I'm scared of.
Right.
I think, Diarmuid, I'm going to be forward and say this from my chest, okay? I think that so far during this adventure, you've been the closest thing that I have to a research partner in this. Somebody who is able to essentially go elbow deep in a corpse with me. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Well put.
Absolutely.
Yes. And
Literally.
Liver friends.
liver friends.
Liver friends.
Liver friends. And I
That's a
think
t-shirt. That's a new t-shirt. Check the merch store next week. We'll have liver friend t-shirts.
Liver
up.
friends.
liver friends. And I think that in this I also need your brain. And we need to work together to figure this out. And you need to help me stay grounded, okay?
Yes, absolutely. I can do that. If I could say, since we're shooting from the chest here,
Yes.
If I could say, you feel a little unhinged.
I'm having a bad time.
Okay, I thought so. I'm not so good at the inner psychology stuff, but it's pretty
I'm having a bad
obvious.
time. Well, I was doing well when we were in London. Not before we went to London, when we had a break. And I was doing very well until I realized that that box was a conduit to the place that I traveled to. You see, it's following us. This time, this space, this pocket.
What do you mean? Well, hold on. What?
So,
Are you saying the other world is sentient?
well, I haven't quite cracked that yet, but I that is one of my theories. Yes.
Oh, I can't go there. I can't go there.
So don't go there. Stay with me here, and know that when I go away, those are the thoughts that I'm having. It's not that I am trying to put anyone in danger. I am not trying to put you in danger. I'm not trying to put dear Lorelei or Eden in danger. All I am trying to do is think outside of the cage of our own logic right now.
Very strong. That's a good thing. I would say generally, the goal of trying to think outside of the box is a good thing.
Yes.
But I will also mention that you tried to set someone on fire.
So here's the thing. That happened so long ago. And so many things have happened since.
Only a week.
So,
only a week
that
ago.
was about 2 weeks ago, and so many things have happened
2 weeks
since.
ago.
Week and a
And
half.
so,
yeah.
if you need, I
No,
humbly asked.
Charlotte, I didn't bring this up to make you feel bad about it.
Well, no,
When
it is a thing I did, but
My point, if I could,
sure.
just for a moment, I was close. My point is, regardless of what your intention is, the result can be dangerous. So, is there something that I can do in the moment to help you ground you and bring you back to reality? Slap you, pull out a gun, shoot it in the
absolutely
air,
no pain.
show you a
does
severed
not
limb.
that would be worse. Actually,
I know. I knew that.
know.
I was.
I just want to be straight forward.
You need one severed limb to throw her into insanity, and then another severed limb to bring her back.
Bring her out.
Makes sense to me. I don't know.
Totally makes sense.
Honestly, the best thing I think is likely a sensory thing, physical touch perhaps. Grab my hand, hold my shoulders, remind me I am in my body and not my mind.
I see. Ground you with touch. Got it.
Or any other sensory thing that's not pain. Aromatherapy, I hear, is nice. But, oh, excuse me. Bark.
That was some.
A noisy street.
Yeah. But I'm saying this because, and I don't want to be alarmist, and I don't pride myself in being an optimist. I'm a realistic person, as you are, and that's why we're having this conversation. I don't know how long in our experiences, I have to stay as grounded as possible. More and more, it feels as though my mind is being pushed. And so I need your help to keep me grounded and here.
I think we were getting to the same point there, right? I was just
So I'm agreeing with you, yes, but I'm also putting up a warning sign.
Yeah.
Warning, Charlotte is doing bad.
already saw the
In her
warning
brain.
sign. Saw the warning signs pretty clearly. So just so you know, I am Charlotte, I'll be honest with you. And don't tell Eden or Lorelei I said this to you. I'm shit my pants scared.
Yes? Good. That makes me feel less alone. Oh my God. Yes, we're scared. I give you a hug.
Because, look, ever since I saw him do it, which was not that long ago, when he jumped from one place to another, that's exactly like what I experienced with my family.
What?
I hadn't told you. I told Lorelei. I was on a battlefield. There was a whistle blown. Gas, mustard gas was everywhere. I put on my mask. I did my thing. And in the middle, as if the gas parted just for me, just around me, just in my area. And as the gas faded like fog in a British morning, there was my wife, her back to me, holding, I assumed, my child in front of her, on the battlefield in the middle of Germany, Austria, wherever we were at the time, France, can't remember. She turns. She smiles, and she turns, and my boy is there too. And it filled me with the feeling I've got now. That same feeling I felt when I saw Lorelei disappear from reality. The same feeling I felt and felt when I saw him jump through that box and come out the other side instantly. All the same feeling. Seeing him do that made me think that maybe there was some way that when I saw my wife and child, it wasn't imaginary. Maybe they were actually there. For just the briefest moment before they were gone. Charlotte, when I returned home, because I left the battlefield then and there, so important the need to make sure they were alive, I abandoned what I swore that I would never do. And when I got home, they were gone. The flu had taken them. And I put it together. The exact time, day, down to the second that they both died at the same time was when I saw them on the battlefield. So when you ask me if I believe in magic, no, I don't. But there's some shit going on I don't understand.
Yes. While I
So when you tell me it's sentient and following us, I believe you, and it scares me.
I, just so you know, the reason why I don't necessarily believe, I believe that all magic is science, and what your family. So some of the things that I have been researching have to do with what happens after we die. I had an associate who was, I think I might have mentioned this earlier, and I don't know what state I was when I was mentioning it, so I think it's probably okay to do it again in this state. But an associate, a previous colleague, he was researching immortality. He became crazed, obsessed, and then I stopped hearing from him. That was it. Until I got a call that he had gone missing. And me and a bunch of other people went to go look for him and find out what he was researching. There were bodies missing who had previously deceased. And what we learned together was my associate was trying his hand at immortality. And in doing so, he had a ritual that he was performing, and he was stitching together a body. And this body, the severed pieces of the body came a horrible amalgamation of parts, sentient on their own, tried to kill me and my friends, and we got out. And the only way to stop it was fire. And so that's why I thought to burn it, the severed limb. And so when we bring up the severed limb, that's why I'm reacting in that way. But that is only to say that what my colleague was researching, it is magic because I can't explain it. But I'm trying to understand what it is, what our spirits become. And so if you said that you saw your wife and your son on the battlefield, I believe you did. I believe that they were traveling to say goodbye. And I believe that you saw what you saw.
I saw her back at the manor. She was there in the room, pointing at the book that you now hold in your you have in your possession of the machine.
She was holding the book.
She pointed at it. She told me that that's where the answers were. I saw her. She was there.
When? You only saw her once? You saw her twice?
It was just the one time. And it was not with my son, it was just her.
I see.
And she said nothing, just pointed.
Well, if energy can neither be created nor destroyed, it stands to reason that perhaps your wife is looking out for you.
Charlotte, you're a doctor.
Yes, I am.
There's a recent revival of the occult in Austria and Germany. Started a couple of years ago. I've been loosely keeping tabs on it. It might be some interesting things for you to, if you've ever liked to read. There's
I love to read.
We might find some, hopefully, in Lorelei's friend's bookshop at some point. That's why one of the many reasons I wanted to go there. But are we just going mad?
Sometimes I think so, but other days I think that I don't know if madness is a reflection of society's expectations of how and why we are supposed to think the way that we are, or if madness is closer to understanding the world around us in a way that is so overwhelming that our brains have a hard time comprehending its vastness.
We're just a reflection of the things around us.
Yes.
And this world, existence is madness.
Yes, and also existence is a construct. You know, the world is what we observe it to be. It doesn't exist without observation.
I think, therefore, I am.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I think we should get some sleep.
Oh, you think you're gonna get sleep? I'm not.
Oh, I should tell you about my nighttime routine, since we're gonna be roommates.
Please,
no.
please.
So it's gonna sound.
Charlotte, you don't need to
up
preface. I understand.
Okay, great. No, so I sleep 1 hour, and then I wake up, and then I sleep an hour, and then I wake up. So I have a little alarm that rings every hour, and it's because I'm really afraid of going back into that astral place, and I'm afraid that further slumber will pull me back in, and if the universe is sentient, it stands to reason it might. So,
Doesn't it? If it's sentient, it could just observe us now, right? We could just be looking at us here. Like that desk right there is just looking at us.
No. Oh no.
The two of you
Oh no.
slowly start to find your way towards rest, as you get the sense where you almost you fuel each other, but then also fuel each other's anxieties and fears. And with little
Clearly.
But the thoughts that give you peace, Diarmuid, the thought that allows you to breathe and escape that pants-shitting fear you so delicately put in, is again what Charlotte had just said, which is perhaps that your wife is watching, and your wife is perhaps trying to help. And Charlotte, you set about your normal routine of trying to get your hour of sleep a night. But again, that feeling that thought of sanity things being reflected back onto you, and feeling you just can never fully shake that feeling of being watched. And those eyes in the sky come crashing back. Lorelei, you're standing in the kitchen of your flat. You've made yourself a cup of tea from Waleed's extensive tea collection, maybe chamomile, something without caffeine at this late hour, of course. What are you doing?
You know what I'm doing. I'm reading that book.
I do. I didn't want to presume, but I knew pretty well.
You know what I'm doing. I'm reading that book.
You set yourself up on your sofa with your cup of tea, almost as if you're getting ready to just, tuck into the nicest romance novel or, something calming.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, sitting in your lap is this strange, foul-smelling, almost just oddly textured book. Thaumaturgical Prodigies in the New England Canon. You open it, yes?
Mm-hmm.
It's in English.
Great.
Good news. Written by the Reverend Ward Phillips.
Ward Phillips. Mm-hmm.
1801 reprint of a 1788 original. And as you start to read it, you very quickly get the sense that fully studying this book is going to take weeks.
Okay.
Tonight, you just starting to crack it and starting to get the sense of what it is. You lose 3 sanity points.
Does me being really close to one of my meaningful locations help me at all, sanity-wise? No?
No. You don't even roll a sanity check. You automatically lose it. And even in just this initial reading, your Cthulhu mythos point goes up 1.
Okay.
However, the more your Cthulhu mythos goes up, your total sanity drops 1 forever.
Yep.
So your max sanity goes down 1.
Okay. All right.
As you keep reading.
Yeah.
This is a study, this Reverend Ward Phillips. You're very familiar with the Salem witch trials, the stories of, the odd collection of people and cultures and religions that seem to gather in the New World around the 16 and 1700s, when it was people escaping from all over. It seemed like a land of opportunity, and it was for many. But some took that opportunity to practice certain things. Now, you know well enough that the Salem witch trials were just a bunch of men really, using it as manipulative tools to perhaps control others. But that doesn't mean there wasn't magic being practiced elsewhere in the world, and in that part of the world, certainly. And you just, even in your, it's very hard to absorb, but in your reading, you're able to see tales of witches and warlocks in Massachusetts and Maine, and where, conjecturing potentially where they came from. You find a story regarding one Goodwife Doughton, who around Candlemas 1787 brought forth a child who looked like a monstrous bat with a human face. And it goes on and on. Conjectures about communing with demons and devils and dark forces. How does this loss of 3 sanity points right now in this moment embody itself in you as you sit alone at night in your parlor room,
I think having this feeling while she's reading this, she's having to fight off whatever safeguard is in her brain that's trying to get her to disassociate, to stop, to look away. And it's as if the room gets a little bit colder and darker and farther away. She begins to feel more and more isolated in a situation where she probably already feels a little isolated. She feels like the odd one out in the group, like she can't help here. And I think that she just goes even deeper into that feeling where she almost feels physically further away from everything and everyone.
The world drops away into a liquid shadow on all sides. The sounds from the street below feel dampened, feel as if they're, as if you're fathoms beneath the ocean and they are echoing towards you, just barely reaching your ears. And you push back, because the more you read, and you've barely started to read, the more you read, you get the sense that this is not only a collection of these stories, a collection of these acts and these people and the forces that they communed with. You also get the sense that if given enough time with this book, you might be able to contact some of those forces yourself. Push away. Last thing you see before you close it is once again that monogrammed nameplate, property of Memphis the Great. And your eyes go up towards the painting.
Mm-hmm.
Above the painting. Something about you feels dark.
You're cutting out a little bit, Morgan. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I get little, you come in and out.
Damn it.
Now we
Just
can hear you.
volume? All right, is this
Yeah.
better?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Looking at the portrait, feeling darker.
As you look up at the portrait, and the face of you and your husband, this portrait that you love, that now unfortunately means quite a lot of sadness, but memories of so many happy times. For the first time, as you feel the weight of this awful tome in your lap, the eyes of your husband look like they're judging you. And that's where we're going to stop tonight.
Okay.
Oh.
Wally,
Well done, Morgan.
don't judge
Well
me.
done.
Woo!
Don't judge me. I am doing this for you, Waleed.
Told you tonight was going to be a doozy, didn't I?
Ooh,
I'm
it's so good.
So excited to lose my mind.
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, this is exactly what I wanted.
Oh my goodness! Wow, so again, just so much happened. This investigation is a doozy, and I meant when I said that the danger level is ratcheted up. Thank you, friends. Thank you, patrons. At the end of every one of our shows, we like to read off the names of certain higher level patrons in the style of their choosing. This will be a nice little break. And we got some fantastic suggestions from our patrons this week. My thanks go out to them, because this is going to be fun tonight. We got our lists there in front of us, friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start with Team Force of Shadow with a suggestion from Idaho Judd, which is under investigation by the IRS and trying to explain your questionable write-offs.
Oh no.
This team, which was the team again?
Shadow.
Shadow. Great.
Ms. Ms. Thompson, Mr. Ogden, Ms. Simpson.
Yep.
Um,
That's me, Miss
you-
Simpson here.
You
Yep.
tried to write off, I think it was an entire, it's a year's supply of pecans.
Yep. It's from the I Think I'm Nuts brand. I don't know if you know that. It's how we stay in shape. It is a lot of protein. The protein per
Yeah.
ounce is
And-
genuinely
Very high.
wild
Yeah,
for our
we
jobs.
need to be in a good shape. It's part of our. It was a work write-off.
Yes.
And what is your business
Yes.
again?
We are stunt people.
It is
From
Lincoln
the
Lincoln Break
Break
LLC.
Studio. Yep,
Oh,
yep,
okay.
yep,
All
yep.
right.
Yep.
Stunt people need to be in good shape. That's fine.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
just on this movie called The Black Kakari, and I had to go through a window on fire.
Yes.
So I need
love
that
the Black
protein fuel.
Kakari.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay, got it.
the girl that goes through the window on fire. That was me.
Yeah, and you remember the gateway? I'm the gateway guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
That was
Oh.
Nice.
gruesome, bro.
That was a good
Oh.
one. That was
You
really
like
nice. Nice
really,
work.
really just fell real hard.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah, so I needed a lot of pecans.
Yes.
understood? Is that how? I'm just gonna ask. This all expenses paid trip to Idaho, the Idaho Judd Resort and Casino.
Yes. Idaho Judd Resort and Casino. It is an important place for us to collect our Zen
A convention
Yes.
as well.
and a stunt people's convention.
It's a
That is-
stunt people's
it's interesting.
convention yearly business meeting thing.
And you
for
wouldn't want
our
us to be
stunt
fail
company.
waffles and not attend this
Absolutely.
Right. I mean,
groundbreaking event for our people.
If I don't get my Zen time in at this convention, I turn into an abracadabra.
You do not want to see that. It is
No.
dangerous.
Yeah, abracadabra time is a no good time.
Yeah, because we all live together. Boy, oh boy, if you have a roommate with karate skills, it's a mess. So you don't
And
want
who
that.
are also minor magicians.
And a magician's
Well,
karate skills.
I
Stunt
gotta
people.
say, I'm a huge fan of the Black Kakari, so this all checks out for me. I think you're gonna be just fine.
Thank you. Oh my god, thank you.
It was the Black Kakari's birthday this weekend, I think, by the way. Happy
Happy
birthday!
Happy belated.
Happy belated birthday. Thank you, Team Force of Shadow. That's gonna work with the
Really
IRS.
together.
No problem. That was one of the more together
Well,
ones.
considering how well staffed they are.
That's right. Oh boy. Yes. For Team Force of Light, every now and then we get one sort of like this, and it's always so much fun. For Team Force of Light, with a suggestion from Angel Devilson, how Morgan comes up with NPC names for this campaign.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Festive Life Preserver. That's 2 on the nose.
It is a little bit. So we are
Wait, you're
all
gonna call the
Morgan's-
cursed mythos object a festive life preserver?
Okay, Morgan won.
Look, it's a thing that somebody got saved with, and then
Morgan
they died,
doesn't
and like it
have this
became
idea.
power.
No
I'm glad-
idea is bad at the Angel
You're right.
Devilson table of ideas, okay?
You're right. And I'm so glad I cloned myself 3 more times. so that we
tired
can have
Morgan
this.
here.
Oh, I just
Fine.
figured this is
I'm sleepy, overworked
our inner
Morgan.
monologue. Our inner Morgan monologue is
Yeah.
This is how we do it. You know?
Yeah. What if we name them all Fenderil? What if we
yeah.
named 3 NPCs Fenderil? How do we feel about
Morgan
it?
3.
I'm tired, Morgan. You can just call me tired, Morgan.
Okay, tired Morgan. I think
Yeah.
that's a little
So
Yeah.
lazy.
this is.
No
I'm
offense.
just going to put this out there. Okay. We need an NPC
Yeah.
who's from the city,
Yes.
Yeah.
who is a woman, but
Okay,
a young woman, so a girl,
no problem.
City racer girl. City racer girl.
and
City
she's a
girl.
racer. City racer.
Can we allow her to be the leader of the Ghostbusters Quick Response Team? Is that
I mean, they
Ghostbusters
do
Quick
race.
Response
They
Team?
do. They're quick.
They do
They
race.
We need
They do
a leader.
race.
And you know what we can do?
Yes.
They can
This is
have
so
a they
good.
can have a conflict with the dungeon speed run.
Perfect. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
do we have a
Race
leader?
off.
Do we have a leader for the dungeon speedrun though? Because
Can I
that's an
just offer a
NPC.
suggestion? The
Yes,
other
Morgan
day,
Alpha.
when I woke,
Morgan Alpha.
Yes,
I
Morgan
woke
Alpha,
up-
yes.
No,
I woke up from a
you're
really
kind of
strange.
a hack, though.
Oh wow,
All right.
wow, Morgan too.
No, come on. No ideas are bad ideas.
No ideas are bad ideas.
I
you're right.
woke
You
up
can just
from a
call me
bad
judgmental,
dream.
Morgan. It's fine.
Okay, all right.
I woke up from a bad dream the other day, and the first words out of my mouth, it was more just like an expulsion of breath. But honestly, I really liked the sound of it. It felt good coming out. Brava!
Okay, I said there were no bad ideas.
No.
Right.
Wait, no.
But then there was that one.
However,
Wait, is Tired Morgan the only Morgan on board with Brava?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I think the
I don't know,
first
it
idea is
sounds
the
a
best
little
idea all the
lazy. I
time.
okay, but
City
City Racing Girl,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Morgana.
Goes
I think it
with
was
voice
Morgana on
response
this.
unit.
I'll take
Yeah.
it, thank you. Versus Just Jules.
Like, hold on.
Wait, what?
Just Jules. Like,
Just
their name
Jules.
is Jules. Just Jules.
Just Jules.
Oh,
Imagine
I
that on
like
a
Jules.
poster.
Just Jules.
Imagine that
Guys,
on a
this is-
poster.
Well, that's great
City
too.
Racing Girl
Jules.
versus
That's great
Just
too.
Jules.
This is
Are we
going to
gonna
take
go to
3
the
more
bar after
hours. I
this,
got to
or-
make a dungeon speed run to get us some ramen. I'll be right back.
All right,
Oh
you're
my
being
God.
very loquacious.
Oh,
Can you
Morgan,
tone
take
it
me
down
with
a little bit?
you.
Come on, Tired Morgan. Let's get out of
Okay.
here.
You know, look,
Wait, hold on. I'm
look,
gonna grab my
I
jewel
was
mask
lost in
real
these
quick.
meetings. Yes.
Morgana, you
Yeah.
and I,
Yeah,
we're the 2-0 mask of Morgan.
we really are. We are the 2-0 mask.
You guys are so unbearably loquacious. Alpha Morgan and I are gonna get ramen now. You
go
guys
get
hack
your
it
ramen. It's
out.
fine. We'll handle
You
the
would
rest.
eat ramen, all those carbs at 9 o'clock at night.
Hey,
Where's the protein?
bro.
Where's the cashews? Where's your racing time nuts?
Oh my gosh! Wow, that just started to fold in on itself in so many
I like to
ways.
think that was Malkovich. What's the
Malkovich,
movie?
yeah,
Becoming
John
John
Malkovich.
Malkovich.
Yeah.
Being John Malkovich,
John
but being Morgan Peter
Being
Brown.
Morgan Peter Brown.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's great.
I like this
It was
one.
good.
Great.
Oh
We are
wow!
your inner voices.
Yeah.
What an episode tonight. It was a shorter one. We're sorry for making it a little shorter, but we packed a lot in like I knew we would. We are off next week, but make sure we will have plenty of fun stuff coming up for you. And boy, yeah, I think tonight's short rest is going to be a fun one because you know, but there's just so much more fun. We always have so many thoughts. Thank you so much, everybody. We're having such a great time, and it's so good to see you all. Thank you, friends. And humankind.
Evolve.
Evolve. Morgan Prime here.
We miss you, Lexi.
We love you, Lexi.
Bye. Bye, Lexi.
Oh, bye, Lexi.